This album is inspired by real life, you know, human emotions.
Everyone is hooking up, but nobody gives a hoot about love. This is the dark, chaotic reality at the center of Steve Lacy's album, Oh Yeah. Whether you are single and swiping, stuck in a situationship, or recovering from a breakup, this record perfectly captures the toxic loops of modern dating. Here's the depth of meaning behind the music. Let's start with his first song, Oh Yeah. In this track, he mentions 3 different phases of a relationship. The first one is the honeymoon stage. This stage is defined by high dopamine and perfection, which is notably completely absent from the track. By starting the album with Life's a Bleep, Lacy establishes that the blissful illusion of the relationship has already shattered before the song even begins. The second stage he discusses is the power struggle. Breakups with your friends and could hope be of value captures the conflict. The third phase he discusses in this song is the commitment stage. Instead of committing to a failing relationship, Lacy chooses to escape via bridge. Ultimately, And Then You Live Again warns that without an actual resolution, you are destined to repeat this exact toxic loop with someone new. In conclusion, this song is a raw clinical confession about the exhaustion of surviving emotional pain and the terrifying struggle to keep living and move forward after failure. Steve's perspective, the root of trauma. Lacy traces his commitment issues back to losing his father at the age of 10 years old. He confesses to a Peter Pan syndrome and admits to cheating on his partner. SZA's perspective, the exhaustion of vulnerability. SZA represents the mentally and emotionally exhausted partner. She avoids the heavy emotional weight by defaulting to physical intimacy. True relationship commitment is impossible to achieve until you face your own childhood trauma and learn to trust yourself first. Next, we have The Feelings. This song explores one-sided love and the agony of the friend zone. Lacy begs a distant friend for emotional clarity, asking, "Am I your baby?" while wrestling with the anxiety of being a burden. Now we have his next song, Pure Color, featuring Erykah Badu. Unlike the album's earlier tracks that dwell on toxic habits, Pure Color represents a breath of fresh air and mutual clarity. Lacy sings about finding a partner who sees him in his true essence. Badu's verse acts as a grounding force, elevating the connection from a chaotic physical romance into a peaceful partnership where both artists can show their unfiltered selves without fear of judgment. Basically, this song is conveying that true intimacy is achieved when stripped away of your emotional armor to reveal your true, pure color, allowing a relationship to transition past conflict into long-term commitment. This song discusses queer desire infatuation and the vulnerability of dropping your curated armor. Lacy addresses an online crush and pushes to meet in real life, offering his raw, unedited self to his desirable partner. Doom targets modern dating, exposing how people use lust as a shield to avoid genuine emotional intimacy. It criticizes a swiping culture mentality where it is easier to replace a person through endless casual options than it is to stay and heal a conflict. Lust becomes a purely transactional tool used to feed the ego. True connection is pushed aside in favor of quick sexual validation. Ultimately, this song warns that substituting lust for love often leaves people emotionally bankrupt, creating a generation that is physically intimate but deeply isolated. By the way, this is what's happening now in our society. This song exposes obsessive fixation and the anxiety of emotional silence. The song captures an imbalanced dynamic where Lacy is completely consumed by an emotionally unavailable partner. Basically, a one-sided love and losing yourself in a relationship as a fake badge of loyalty. Nothing serves as a painful look at the dangers of extreme emotional dependency and unreciprocated love. This song explores toxic codependency and using chaotic romance as an addictive coping mechanism. Lacy frames a relationship as a substance both partners refuse to quit, choosing physical and emotional extremes over the reality of letting go of their relationship. This song shows that treating a partner like a drug traps you in a permanent loop, preventing you from ever achieving real relationship stability. Now we have an all-time favorite. Also, my favorite. Nice Shoes and In Your World. Lacy tackles the pure exhaustion of modern dating, hookup culture, and social anxiety. He looks at intimacy through a transactional lens, noting that if he had $1 for every friend he wanted to sleep with, he could buy a pair of really nice shoes. He describes a claustrophobic racing mind that leaves him feeling isolated even more around others. Then the song transitions to In Your World. The song pivots into avoidant confession. He steps out of his defensive bubble to briefly enter his partner's perspective, admitting that his past mistreatment of others was just a projection of his own internal pain rather than a reflection of their own worth. In conclusion, retreating into isolation to escape the anxiety of intimacy ultimately traps you in the lonely cycle, cutting off any possibility of a stable, healthy, and committed relationship. The song captures the panic of unexpectedly catching deep feelings during a casual hookup, causing a jarring jump from the chemical high of stage 1 romance directly into a premature stage 4 commitment, sabotaging the bond before it can properly begin. Steve Lacy's Oh Yeah comes together as a cohesive narrative journey, beautifully mapping the full chaotic spectrum of modern relationships. The album perfectly captures both euphoric peaks and the devastating rock bottoms of intimacy. This layout makes the record relatable to anyone. Musically and conceptually, this stands out firmly as Lacy's second best body of work.